Friday Night Live. We live. Say what needs to be said. It's your host, your big dog, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Salmon. We're in the building. It's Friday Night Live. And we got some things to go over and some topics to discuss. Things I wasn't really aware of, too, man. A lot of athletes, filing bankruptcy and things of that nature. But football season is around the corner. We coming down to the end of basketball season, and football season is right around the corner, and we know we're getting hyped and we're getting crunked. But we're going to get into this thing. Where y'all at? How y'all doing on this Friday? Y'all talk to me. Let me know where y'all coming in from, how y'all feeling, what y'all got on the agenda for this Memorial Day weekend, and all those good things. Yo, the art of interception is coming soon. I cannot stop telling y'all about that. I put my heart, my soul, my blood, sweat, and tears into it. And man, y'all are not going to be disappointed with the art of interception. 50 interceptions in 10 years, baby. Ain't nobody doing that. And if you want to learn how to intercept the ball, I'll be able to teach people, friends, loved ones, and so on and so forth, how to go get that ball and not just break up the ball. Hey, the art of interception is coming soon, and I'm giving it to you, man. What it do? Drop the top challenger. What's happening? Yo, what's happening, baby? We live. All right, man, let's get into this thing a little piece, man. Antonio Brown, man, AB, the big AB, man. That guy's a character, man. He keeps it going, man. He do not stop. He keep that party going. One thing you can understand about AB, he's going to give us a lot to talk about and a lot to deal with. Whether you like it or not, he's going to be him, and he is continuing to be him. I don't know if this is a problem he has or what, but on this situation, AB might be taking things just a little too far. I know, hey, we all have our issues and our daily struggles in life we have to deal with mentally, physically, and emotionally and all those things. But man, let me tell you this one. When I break it down to you, I don't know how many people have been through bankruptcy, court proceedings, lawsuits, judgments, and so on and so forth. Man, things get real spicy. So, and that's what our brother Antonio Brown is going through, man. And along with him and causing a lot of ruckus on social media, you know how he do, AB. But let's get into it. Antonio Brown has officially filed a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And we'll get into it. I'll explain that to y'all what that means in a little while. But yeah, Chapter 11 bankruptcy, real quick, man. Basically, it gives a business owner or a person like AB a chance to protect his assets and reorganize everything and hold the creditors off, right? And stop them from being able to come and seize his assets. If y'all haven't seen, like Sean Kingston just got his house raided and so on. So you got to hurry up and file those things when you have a judgment against you. But we'll get in that, man. And my question to y'all, and I want to know, how much do you read into this? Do you really believe AB needed to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, right? Because for me, this has to be crazy. This has to be nonsense for AB filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, acting like he needs this help, right? Because if you don't see this a pattern, we're going to get into AB has a problem. And his problem is simply paying people. He hire you to come do some work. He borrows some jewelry or something like that from you. He is not willing to pay for it or pay for his services. You know what I mean? Which we all do as to some extent. We want to get over. We want to get the best deal possible. But AB takes these things to the 10th degree, if you know what I mean. He don't play, right? But is this the worst sign or worst case of craziness we ever seen from a ex-NFL player? Because AB is really setting it off, man. All right. And he is playing with these folks these times. If y'all understand what I mean, he is really playing with these folks by filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and saying he only has $50,000 in assets. Now, this is really getting serious when you talk about, you filing these papers and these court proceedings. This is documented, right? And you don't want to play with these folks, because if you don't tell the truth and you misrepresent something on these papers and these sheets and you're lying, that's perjury. That's a whole nother situation you have to deal with, right? Now, like I said, AP claims he has $50,000 in debt. $50,000 in assets, and he is $3 million in debt. Like I say, this is extremely hard to believe for a guy like AC who has been so successful, right? And I hear and I see a lot of blogs taking the bait and putting on their thumbnails and titles and saying it finally caught up with him, and AB is broke. He's finally hit the downward spiral, and he has nothing. He has lost everything, and so on and so forth. That is farthest from the case when it comes to a guy like AB or a guy in his shoes. You know what I mean? That accomplished what he has, made the amount of money he has, and accumulated the type of assets he did. That's obviously. So people around here saying AB is broke, it's really for clicks, man. Because you got to understand, when a guy like AB says he has $50,000 in assets, something's going on. Now let's look. I want to look just real quick. I'm going to Google. Let's look up AB's cars. Let's see AB car collection real quick. Let's see what we can find. Just off cars alone. You understand what I'm saying? $50,000 in assets and $3 million in debt. Just off cars alone. Now we're gonna go back now. This is the article from 2023. AB, check out his $1.1 million car collection. The first car is only Antonio Brown's. What is this? The Phantom. The Rolls-Royce Phantom. If y'all don't remember the Rolls-Royce Phantom, it was yellow and black and gold, like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Phantom, $500,000 car. That was just in 2023. Then his second car, he has a Ferrari F12. That's Ferrari F12. You can't even get in line to buy Ferraris. You have to be in the list. They have to believe in you and understand you have a different type of wealth. You're not the regular people in order to get in line to be able to buy a brand new Ferrari. That's another car. Then he has McLaren, a 720S Spider. McLaren 720S Spider. That's $1 million car. And I mean, we can keep going and going. But that's why I say I want to break it down and make you understand. When AB tells the courts he has $50,000 in assets allegedly, man, we playing a game here. And if y'all remember, you got tax evasion, you got all these type of different scenarios where people play in court, and you see Wesley Snipes, he went to prison for tax evasion. That's like perjury. That's like not telling the truth about how much money you made and trying to avoid paying your tax. And then we had Martha Stewart, whatever situation she went, but it's perjury. So AB has to tread real lightly when he's dealing with these with situations. But let's go through it. Let's go from most recent to the oldest, right? And if you don't remember, AB was hit with a judgment default in the tune of $1 million when he borrowed some jewelry from Shuki International Jewelry after refusing to return the jewelry that the people let him borrow. You understand what I'm saying? Either you pay for it or you return the jewelry. They filed a lawsuit against AB. Guess what? AB doesn't put up a fight. Now, when you don't put up a fight, you get a judgment against you. Now, let's talk about the court proceeding. Let me make you understand. So somebody files a lawsuit against you. You go to court, you fight it out. You hire a lawyer, you go fight it out. Boom, boom, boom. Whoever wins, they win a judgment. Now, that person that wins that judgment, now they have the ability to go after your assets, and that's how they get paid. So if you have someone sue you and you don't even fight, don't even put up a fight, you just let people get judgments against you, you will have a hard time in life moving forward and doing better. This is what AB is going through. The first person was the jeweler, Shuki International Jeweler, after failing to return the jewelry. And then, let's back up because this one was new to me. So we're talking about judgments, right? And I want to talk about Shiloh Sanders because this one was new to me, and I missed this story, and I didn't have a clue about Shiloh Sanders. And let me pull this up real quick. Shiloh Sanders. Man, did y'all know about this? Shiloh Sanders being sued what is last year? But something happened from when he was in high school when Coach Prime, Deion Sanders was the CEO. Let me read you a little bit of this, right? So I guess the courts are questioning Shiloh Sanders' NIL name, likeness, and images, uh, his ability to make money, how much money they say they make with these NIL deals, right? Because he hit with a $12 million judgment from something that happened in high school. All right, let's read. Let's get into it. Colorado safety Shiloh Sanders, the son of head coach Deion Sanders, is facing questions about his NIL income after declaring bankruptcy in the wake of losing an $11.89 million lawsuit, according to Westwood and Sports Illustrated, right? A state court reportedly found in 2022 that Sanders had committed assault and battery against John Darjean, a security guard at AAA Academy, the high school branch of since Shuttered Focus Academy's charter school. The incident in question reportedly occurred in 2015 when Shiloh was at high school, and Deion Sanders was the CEO. Court documents reportedly allege that Darjan escorted Shiloh to the school suspension for violence. Shiloh called his mother, Pilar Sanders, one of Deion's assistant coaches, that then arrived at the John's office and gave him a phone with Deion on the call. When Deion was told Shiloh was talking to Pilar, who divorced Deion in 2013, the coach told the guard to confiscate the phone. And then when he told him to confiscate that phone, that's when Shiloh lost his mind. That's when Shiloh elbowed the guy, and I guess he beat the guy down, and then boom. So now the guy comes out, and now he says, I want to file a lawsuit. He filed a lawsuit. Guess what? Shiloh, nobody representing Shiloh, shows up in court. That's just like coming to a fight or having a fight and not even defending yourself. So the jury says, boom, we're going to award this man, boom, $11.8 million. Now that judgment is there. You didn't give yourself a chance to defend yourself. You didn't give yourself a chance to appeal the award or anything. They could have put it in it. They could have made it $100 million or whatever. You didn't give yourself a chance to appeal. So I'm talking about AB filing bankruptcy and Shiloh Sanders filing bankruptcy, so we can all learn that when somebody's suing us or trying to go after you for your money and creditors and things like that, don't ignore that stuff, man, because you're just leaving yourself wide open for whatever the courts or the jury, whatever they want to put on you, and just boom, it's a judgment. You can't even fight it. So once again, like I said, I mean, these people not filing bankruptcy because it's hard times and life is hard, or they're spending all their money and things of that nature. No, they're filing bankruptcy because they don't want to pay these lawsuits that they have lost. Antonio Brown, the prime example. You know what I mean? Antonio Brown is just $3 million. You know, not just $3 million, but to him, you understand, that's what he owes. But he is a guy that refuses to pay. That's just who AB is, right? Now, in 2021, AB assaulted this guy named Anton. How you say his name? Tumanovu, something like that. He worked for a moving company, and it was all on the news, right? When he was helping, AB hires the guy to come do some work, some services for him, come move his equipment, move his things, and things like that, and ends up assaulting the guy. And once again, the guy takes him to court, and AB does not defend himself, loses, and now he has another judgment against him, right? And boom, loses another case, another $1 million down the drain, right? Now, then you got 2018 when AB throwing the furniture over the balcony, hitting people left and right, almost took a little kid out. Got a lawsuit for that. I don't know what really happened in that one. And then in 2019, he got some sexual assault accusations and things like that from his trainer, and then he sued by his chef. Now, this is the one that took the cake for me. In 2019, he sued by his personal chef for $38,000. And then he sued by his personal trainer for $7,100. for $7,100. $7,100. And AB had his trainer come out and make a statement, and it says the trainer was paid whatever he was owed. And clearly the trainer is saying he was owed $7,100. What's happening? Let me get to these comments, man. What's happening, man? Salute, Brian. Brian in the house. What's happening? Yeah, man. Leasing cars versus buying cars. You're right. He could have leased those cars. But it's hard to say Antonio Brown is leasing these expensive cars, these Bentleys and things like that, and flipping them and making them black and yellow like the Pittsburgh Steelers and things like that, right? But hey, man, Antonio Brown, he definitely has more than $50,000 in assets. So whether he's leasing, whatever he's doing, he has. We can look up his houses and so on and so forth. But yeah, man, that's what's going on with AB, man. I hope this stuff don't catch up to him, and things get worse and worse and worse, and he starts to spiral downhill, because these are the signs and things that we go through as football players. And we know sometimes we look at it as entertainment, but at the same time, man, there's a lot of truth in joking and stuff like that. And then my question too is for AB is like, you see 50 Cent filing bankruptcy. You're aspiring rapper. You want to be famous rapper. Are you filing bankruptcy because you think that's what you're supposed to do as a rapper? You know what I mean? Somebody filed a lawsuit on me. I ain't paying. I'm a rapper now. I filed bankruptcy. You understand? So, I'm kind of torn on how AB is handling it. What is his point and what is he trying to accomplish here? Because, for him to jot down that he's $50,000 and he has $50,000 in assets is crazy. When Shiloh Sanders, put on this bankruptcy thing that he has over $340,000 in assets. So that's hard to believe. Like I said, Antonio Brown, AB, walk light, baby. It's real in the field out there. You don't want no perjury charges, man. They can really, really, really bother you, man. And you don't even want to deal with that. T-Dub, 71, what happening, baby? We in the building, man. AB pull up tonight, huh? Yeah. But let's get into some news, man. Let's get into the Cowboys. All these Cowboy fans. What are you Cowboy fans at? We want to talk about that. Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones, because there's nothing changing. There's nothing changing. It's already started. Always start early for the Dallas Cowboys. And Michael Parsons, you might as well start defending your teammates right now and wondering why your team is always attacked and things like that. But Dak Prescott is up for a huge payday, $50+ million a year. If y'all don't know, they are in negotiations and things like that, and trying to figure out a common number where everybody could be happy. But in the meantime, while negotiations are proceeding, this man, Dak Prescott, comes out and says, when it comes to negotiating and all this stuff, he doesn't really care about the money. This is his words. I've never cared for it, to be honest with you, Dak Prescott said. He could care less about the money. He's gonna let his agents and everything handle the numbers and make sure he get his value, right? But he comes out and says he never cared about the money. Now, for me, that's cool and all, but I'm a teammate. I'm on your team, and you're the leader. You're the head honcho on the team. The GM, the head coach, always come look at you, right? Because I'm on the team and I'm here to play for money. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to change my family life, the trajectory of the whole generation, right? And it could have been simple. That could have easily came out and said something as, he could have said, I love to play football. We all need money to survive and take care of our families. But the money or something, it's not the top of my concern. It's the least of my concern. I'm here to play football. You understand what I'm saying? Then you can have something to justify about that. But when you're saying you don't care about money, you don't really play for money, me as your teammate, I'm going to come to you like, bro, you can't say that, because now, you have the GM and the head coach when it's time for me to ask for my money, now they're going to use the head honcho on the team against me. Asante, you're asking for $40 million. Yeah, that's top money. You deserve that. But why don't you be like Dak Prescott and don't worry about the money, right? Now, they asking me to take 30% less because the head honcho on the team, who's the franchise quarterback supposed to win a Super Bowl and so on and so forth, comes out and says he doesn't care about the money, which we understand is cap. Big cap. We all care about the money. And yeah, I mean, in high school and in college, we played football for the love of the game. There's no money involved. Nowadays it is, yeah. Then when you get to the NFL, you start understanding the business side of it. Understand these people don't love and value me the way I thought they did, or the way they talk to me. They don't value me the way I think they do. You understand? They only value me for what's now, what's here in the moment, and me helping them keep their job, and everybody moving up the ladder. Everybody want to move up the ladder. But once you understand that, you understand this business, you no hard feelings. You have hard feelings because I was that young kid looking for big brothers, fathers, figures, so on and so forth. You understand? So I'm having conversations with coaches, colleagues, teammates, and so on, and I'm feeling like, yeah, these are my brothers. They love me. Coach love me. Just to understand that nobody gives a fuck about nobody at the end of the day. Not really. It's all about what each other can do for each other. There's one or two genuine relationships where people really love each other, are really good friends, and it's not about who can outcompete each other or who can profit from one another. It's just great, wholesome relationships. But a ninja trying to get paid in the NFL, I don't know what that you got to cut that shit out. You know what I mean? And I think the guy, he said that to an ESPN reporter. I don't want to, I'm trying to give everybody their shout outs and stuff like that, but I don't want to mess up his name real quick. But yeah, that's what comes to the table when your head honcho comes out and tells the media and everybody else that I'm not really worried about the money. That makes it hard. But hey, I talked about this last year. Now, eventually they probably will strike a deal, but we'll see. But I told y'all last year, it was a reason for the trade for Trey Lance, right? In the previous video, I told y'all and I explained this move for Jerry Jones was to gain leverage against Dak Prescott because he knew this time was coming. And Dak Prescott has no other thought process but I am the man on the team. You need me. There is nobody else. If you don't break Trey Lance there, that's all. I'm the team. This team can't go without me. There is no other quarterback. So now you have Trey Lance there, and now Dak Prescott has a little stoppage in front of him, right? You can't just go out there and say this, that, and the other. He can say, all right, man, I got Trey Lance. You got 1 year left. We can let you go. And now you're starting to hear all these positive things about Trey Lance, how he's developing, how offseason is going so well, the things they're looking forward to him to do in upcoming training camp and so on and so forth. Yeah, that was Jerry Jones getting ready to combat these negotiations with Dak Prescott, because obviously Dak Prescott is trying to break the bank. You know what I mean? And yeah, we like Trey Lance, but he's not the guy. The problem is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones has to realize he is the issue, and he is the problem for the non-success of the Cowboys because he can't get out his own goddamn way. Jerry Jones got to get out of his way, let somebody else build these teams, and stop thinking the superstars and talent and things like that. Yeah, you got a superstar star on a helmet type team, but you don't have them dogs, those players, those role players, and just the team morality that you need. And at the end of the day, goddamn it, Jerry Jones need to give the leadership up, and move on out the way and let somebody else move in, man. And that's what it is, man. Drop the top, who that is. Drop the top, what's happening. But yeah, man, Michael Parsons, he could get ready, man. Get ready. Get ready to go talk his shit. Get ready to defend every goddamn client, every teammate, because you're coming after Dak first. If Dak ain't getting the ball to CeeDee Lamb, they're going to cause that to be a problem. And then Jerry Jones is just going to explode sooner or later because he wants to win the Super Bowl before his time expires on earth. And we never know when our time in life we expire, but hey, we all go through it. That's one thing that's guaranteed in life. You understand what I'm saying? Death, man. We hate to see it. We hate to see it, but we got to do it. He said, I saw the title. T Dub said, I saw the title, had it come on. He said, I love them boys, but they make me sick, right? I feel you. I feel you. But let's get into how we're gonna what we're gonna call this. We're gonna call this professional players and their kids, famous kids with famous dads, right? Trying to make it on their own and without being under their father's shoe steps and things like that. And then we got LeBron James and Bronny James, and everybody been talking about these situations, but I don't want to. This isn't. I'm not here to attack the young man and things like that. I just want to bring some light into the situation. And obviously, the scouts, right? Scouts, they're at the combine and then doing a bunch of scrimmaging and things are coming to light because it's real, right? So the NBA scouts come out and they say they're not impressed with Bronny James. What did we kind of expect, right? But let's read what the scout says, right? We had two scouts. And NBA Scout 1 says Bronny James, positional athlete, doesn't really function as an elite athlete. Should be a point guard based on the size, but he can't run an offense. Handicap as a shooting guard because he can't shoot 0 for 4 on threes one day and 1 for 3 the other day. Needs screens to create space, and his only scoring came off paint touch floaters. He can only go left. His strength is supposed to be defensively, but when a switch matchup occurs, every bigger player that he switched into score. You understand? So you at point guard. Take a person like me. I'm 6 foot, 5'11", whatever I am, right? Then LeBron James comes set a pick on me. Now, I got to take LeBron James, and my other teammate got to take my player. Now, when I'm sticking LeBron James, he's a little bit bigger than the point guard that I was guarding, and now that's the switch matchup, and now he's scoring. So Bronny James is supposed to be good at defending, right? But what about when you have to switch and guard a player bigger than him? You say he really can't handle it, right? And that was my whole problem, right, with LeBron James. Then the scout 2 just basically said, if the Lakers don't draft him, nobody's really going to draft him, right? But that was my problem. My problem with Bronny James, all this hype I'm hearing, all these things, even with LeBron, right? How tall is he? How big is he? Because, we all know when you go to that combine, the real height is going to come out. They can say 6'4", 6'3", all you want. And Bronny James ended up being 6'1", right? Now, where's his strength at? Is he a shooter? Can he create? Is his ball handles crazy? You know what I mean? Because for the dad, and these are no shots, the dad is just a big physical specimen of a human being, right? He's not the greatest dribbler. He doesn't have the greatest shot, touch pass, floating pass, or whatever. He cannot cream Jabbar. He doesn't have the Kobe Michael Jordan, turnaround fade. He's just a big, physical, fast, young, big guy that can physically get to the hole and you can't stop him. And that's his asset. He doesn't really have any particular talent that makes him such a great guy, a great basketball player. He's just a big physical guy that's a great athlete, right? So that's the difference. We expect all these great things. You have to learn how to balance. It's kind of the same thing what I would say about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was so good in his prime because he was just so much more advanced than everyone back in the 80s and early 90s. You understand? He was running 4.2s back then before anybody was running 4.2s. So that's what made him elite and exceptional back then. That's what's going on with LeBron James. And then you want to, compare the two, and then you want to tell the young man, hey man, it's just so much going on with him. And I'm bringing this to light because, I really, a good friend of mine told me it's about enjoying the journey. Enjoy your journey. Whatever the journey is, enjoy it. You can't expect and just think that you're supposed to be to the top and you're one of the best players and you're pro material just because of who you are and who you're associated with. Everyone has to grind and make their own path in life. And that's what's going on with Bronny James. No one's letting him create his own path. He think he's supposed to be to the top because he's the Bronny James, LeBron James' son. He got all these followers and money and things like that. He may not be an NBA player. You understand what I'm saying? But life still goes on. These kids can enjoy life and be whoever else they want to be. The sky's the limit right now for these kids. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, these jits don't listen. But goddamn, I don't even know if we should say keep preaching to them because they don't listen. But damn it, we got to keep preaching. But Rick the vegan barber, my question is it the jit that didn't listen, or is it the dad that wants this dream to come true of me playing with my son in the NBA, and I'm going to push forward because I want this to happen, and my time is dwindling down, and I need him to make a move because this makes no sense to him to be coming and declaring for the NBA draft. It just doesn't make any sense. All right. But how many of y'all knew about the Shiloh Sanders situation? Because I mean, that's really old news to me. I had no clue about the situation and the incident, but man, that's a big deal and a big situation, man. There's so many people that I see that have judgments against them that just totally blew court. You got the game, the rap of the game. You got Shiloh Sanders. You got Antonio Brown. I mean, you got so many people. I almost had a situation like that, man. Somebody filed something against one of my companies, company that was dissolved and not even doing anything. And I'm like, I don't own that company, but I have to answer because if I don't, then there's a judgment against that company and they'll tell them what that can lead to. You understand what I'm saying? So to the people out there, man, the art of interception is on the way. It's Friday Night Live. Yeah, I got to do this thing by myself. We in the building. And I don't know, man, what do y'all think about AB? We know he's crazy. We know he's crazy. We know he got a lot going on. But yeah, man, y'all, what else, y'all? Y'all got something for me in the chat before the day is over with, before the night is over with, and I hit the streets. Hit the streets with Mr. Pick 6. You know what I mean? I'm so tempted. I want to show y'all a little bit of what we was working on the art of interception, but I gotta hold it back. Man. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all today, man. We got some worldly stuff going on, but we're gonna keep this thing moving. But that's the art of interception. I said what needs to be said today. The podcast, the show. I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm gonna see y'all next time, man. I'm out.